guess this could be Exodia OTK. I don't know. This would be funny. Exodia OTK. This would be nice if I could do this like first turn, but obviously I don't get Exodia yet, not in this combination. This was just interesting because this was in my second turn, because my opponent quit in my first turn. I just played 2 cards. I played first, where was it? Oh yeah, I forgot to put it in the deck. First card I played was SpellBook of Judgment, of course, because this is the SpellBook Exodia. So I played SpellBook of Judgment, then I played SpellBook of Secrets, and I added the SpellBook Tower. I already had then I played SpellBook of Tower. So right there it gave me 2 counters on Judgment. So right there I had 2 counters on Judgment. Then I set my White Elephant's Gift, MST'd it, so that way I have 3 counters. Because the idea was I was trying to get the head of Exodia out of the deck onto the field, because I had Dark Eruption in my hand. So I MST'd my White Elephant's Gift, so that way I can, at the end phase, add 3 spell books from my deck to my hand and get Exodia out onto the field. My opponent would attack and kill it. That's cool and all. Since I have spell books in my graveyard, obviously Tower would do its thing during my standby phase, allow me to put. That's why Judgment is not in the graveyard, because I put it on the bottom of my deck, drew an extra card, so that let me draw more cards. And the extra card I drew was Emissary of the Afterlife, which was great. So then I played, and he raged even before I did all this extra stuff. I just kept on playing by myself because I wanted to see, how things would turn out. I just want to see if the idea of combining Exodia with spellbooks would work. Would spellbooks help summon Exodia faster? Which, according to what I just, if I'm right and I'm doing this right, it does work, or it will work, hopefully. So summon Emissary. Well, obviously at the end of my turn, I brought out Exodia, and with Judgment of the fact I added 3 spell books. Now, since I don't have Judgment here to read it right now, I don't know if it says I can only get 1 spell book of a different name, but I'm assuming it doesn't say that, so I could just grab 3 of the same card if I want. So then I was like, oh, let me grab all the Star Towers. All the Star Hall. I grabbed all 3 of them. Then my second turn after Exodia dies, blah blah blah. My turn, draw, standby phase, draw again. Then, of course, if my opponent doesn't really play anything, doesn't do like a Shockmaster or Inventory Beast or some stuff to stop me, I can go into the fact that now I have the star halls in my hand. Since they don't say I can only play 1, I'm looking at it again. It doesn't say I can only play 1, and it says each time a spell card is spellbook spell card is activated, place a counter on the card. So I'm looking at it, the fact that they stack. So I put them all 3 on the field. I put 1, then I played the second one, which gave a counter to the first one. Then I played my third one, which gave a counter to my second one and another counter to my first one. So then I ended up 1, 2, 1. Right. So why is this at 1? Oh no, this doesn't get a counter. That's what it was. Yeah, this didn't get counter for itself. When I played my second, because as you can see I have the Spellbook Tower in the graveyard, so I replaced it by playing another Spellbook Tower, so that way this Star Hall would get a counter, which also gave this one a counter and this one a counter, so that's why it's 1, 3, 2. Right there. That's everything I need. You see I got a Spellbook in the graveyard, I got 2 of them, so if for some reason my opponent decides to Heavy Storm, I will, as you can see, I have the head of Exodia all these cards here will give me a spellcaster type monster from my deck to my hand that is equal to, well, these, the star halls, equal to the counters and less. So double checking, because I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, then this doesn't work. Yes, whose level is less than or equal to the number of spell counters that were on the card. So that's perfect, because this one will get me a 1 star, this will get me a 3 and lower, this will get me a 2 lower, and this, because I got 2 spell books in my graveyard, that will get me a 2 lower. And of course, Emissary of the Afterlife, he dies, will get me a normal monster, level 3 or lower, from my deck to my hand. Right here, I can get 6 normal monsters, you know, from this. Right here alone, I can get all the pieces of Exodia. Because he'll give me a normal piece, this will give me a normal piece, this will give me a normal piece, this will give me a normal piece, and this will actually give me the head of Exodia. Just these alone, if these all get destroyed, you know, in a single turn, I would get all 5 pieces of Exodia. So if this is legit, hey, you can use these cards in combination with Exodia and summon Exodia. Alright, bye.